10 perfect picks you can pick out of this draft. 10 perfect ones. Like that may not be superstars, but they will be contributing from year one. I'll say that. From year one, they should contribute. Like I think the first 10 picks is by far better than the first 10 picks of any like the last 7 drafts, probably.
Which I'm glad you brought that up, Drench.
Further than that, Jordan.
I'm glad you brought that up, Drench.
This draft is good.
Because Ron, I was actually thinking about this. So these 4 guys that we have in the draft, and I want to stay on topic here. So these 4 guys that we have in the draft, the first 4 guys, the Bonster, the kid from North Carolina, Boozer, and Peterson. I think, and I'm going to say it, this may be the equivalent to James, Wade, Melo, and Bosh.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
I don't think there's a LeBron. But
yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. It might not be Dwayne Wade.
I mean, yeah, like it's hard to. It's basically impossible to project. Oh yeah, look, top 20 players of all time. Like it's hard to do that.
Wade wasn't even Wade in his draft.
Yeah, but that's why I said it's hard to do it in hindsight because we know what Wade became. Bron, everyone knew. Melo, everyone knew. So it's hard to like project. But like from a talent standpoint, yeah, this is high.
Dwayne Wade was the third pick.
I think it's more. I think it's
and not only that, he was nasty at Marquette.
Melo was third.
I was doing.
I think they knew who D Wade was. I think
D Wade was nasty at Marquette.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was nasty,
but he wasn't. He wasn't projected to be what he ended up being.
I didn't think LeBron was going to be like this. I didn't think. I think Melo was probably the closest one that lined up with what I thought he was going to be. I didn't think Bron was going to be the best basketball player ever for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could expect that.
To be fair, though, to be fair,
D Wade was going to be as cold as he was.
Yeah, but
Bron was being labeled that.
If you would have told people pre-draft, LeBron James is still going to be in the NBA in 2026.
Well, no, not that. But
not even that, Mars. We knew Bron was going to be the dude, but y'all didn't know Bron was going to be that good.
If you say you did, you lying.
They were saying he was the next Jordan. Now I know they were saying that for a bunch of people. LeBron is literally the most.
Yeah, but people say that, but then him actually doing it,
way different.
But we all knew Bron was going to be one of the best players ever for sure. But you didn't know Bron was going to do what he did to the Detroit Pistons in 2007. Nobody seen that. Like, nah, no way. Bron exceeded expectations.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. Yes. Even Bron exceeded expectations. I think Carmelo Anthony's the only one that kind of lined up with what we thought he was going to be. And mind you, Melo was better than Bron for a little bit, coming into things. But we don't got to get into all that. We don't got to get.
If you look at it. If you look at the landscape of this draft, like we got some ballers. Not this draft in 26. I'm talking about the draft that we just had. Like I think VJ Edgecombe. I think he's the next iteration of the great 2 guard in the game. I mean, I think Cooper Flagg. I'm looking at an All-Pro and an All-League defender in the same year at some point. I think he's that good. I don't like his game just on one side of the basketball. No, I think he's going to be one of the. If we're not having a conversation about him being the most complete basketball player in the game, it's a failure because everything that I've seen from him on the offensive and defensive end should translate 100%.
I mean, chill, but
Darren Peterson, man, I don't know,
man. It's another kid that I think by March, I was saying this earlier because I was watching film on him earlier. That Keaton Wagler kid by March, he gonna sprout up to at least be in the top 5, bro. Like 6'6", 6'6". Illinois. He just had 46.
That's the kid that had like 46, right?
Yes, bro. He's shooting like 43 from 3. He shooting like 43 from 3. He averaged 17 a game. He a freshman. Like, bro, he by March, you gonna see, bro. It's no shot that he can't shoot. Like, it's no, like he got the pace, the control, 6'6" on top of that. Like, chill. I'm telling you, it's some dudes in this. It's some dudes in this coming out of college. Like. They got a lot of good freshmen, and they still got a lot of older guys too that can contribute right away too. Some guys that may be seniors. So, like, man, you might see 60 solid picks. Solid.
60. Okay.
Wow.
All right,
60 no, somebody gonna make a bust pick. Somebody gonna try to be different and pick somebody from goddamn
a draft that produces 60 NBA players.
All of them. So everybody in the draft.
20,
got
just
drafted.
get 20. That's a good draft.
Yeah, I've never seen a draft produce 60 NBA players.
I've never seen a draft produce 30.
Maybe
Yeah,
not.
they have.
It's gonna be 30.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be 30.
There have been
25.
25.
That's why I said that. I was gonna say that 35, 40, 35 to 45. Somebody gonna try to be different and draft somebody like Ben Sarah from goddamn
What you just
the
said.
Euro Cup.
That's like 80% of the guys. That's
No,
what every 5 guys hit.
Hanson
Yeah,
Yang
that
is
means
right
that means
there.
there's 40 current NBA players who just gonna lose their jobs for
That's
that.
out.
We just shooting for 25. We just shooting for 25.
That's why I think they need to do something now, man. Just think about it. It's so crazy. A new 60 come in every year, and the new 60 don't lead the NBA every year. That's kind of crazy. But so I think they need to do something about that.
That's because that new 60 that come in, all 60 of them dudes ain't NBA players. That's why.
I agree with you on that one, but I'm saying chill. It's at least 35, 45 guys in this draft. I'm telling you that you're gonna see next. Now maybe not next year, but in the 2 years you're gonna see them. But for sure that I know that's gonna play, it's gonna be at least 30 that's gonna play next year. You're gonna have one on every team damn near that's gonna get some tick. That's gonna be legit for real. Legit. I'm telling you, it's some guys in this draft, bro.
Ron, I really like this kid.
How is that possible? Because if Cam Boozer goes to OKC, he's going to be in the G League.
Oh, man, don't start this shit, man.
Hey, shout out to the Clippers, man. The Clippers are making that. So that's just not going to happen. So we'll never know if he was actually going to be in the G League.
There's nothing static about drafts, right? Like we assume that we sometimes compare first overall picks to first overall picks, third overall picks to third overall picks. We'll say, oh, this guy's going 13. He's not going to do anything. But sometimes a 13th overall pick produces the value of an average 4th overall pick.
For sure.
So I do think we've been kind of building up to this with a couple of weak draft cycles, that there was going to be like a super strong draft cycle at some point. And I feel like this is the wave. The next year after this is a huge fall off. Maybe the year after that, I haven't even looked into it because those kids are like 16 right now, but that's probably going to be a fall off. But there will
Penn, when
be
you say fall off, Penn, you say from a talent standpoint, and how big is the fall off?
It's a cascading number of effects, right? So, for instance, like the last 2 years, one of the years was really weak. Last year got weaker, right? There's a guy, Neoklas Abdallas, who was supposed to come out in last year's draft. There's Yaxel Landenberg, who was supposed to come out in last year's draft. These guys went back because of NIL money. So the introduction of the NIL, I think, it creates this sort of situation where there's going to be a bit of a bump in 1 year, right?
Which is good, I think so.
Which is this year. This year is going to be the culmination where a lot of the older guys who went back for the second and third year for the NIL, they're going to be coming out. Plus, you got an insane, like all historic freshman class. And by the way, it's an American. It's
coming in this year.
Yeah, well, it coming into the NBA next year. So I have seen NBA drafts produce 35 players. I'm not actually. I don't disagree with Jordan. I think this one could produce 40.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, you got guys like Penn. You got guys, not to cut you off. You got guys like Dior Johnson, not going to probably be a first round pick, but he should get drafted probably in the second round, or something.
If he
like
came
that.
out drenched, this guy you talking about, if he came out last year, what the way he is now, he came out in the 25 draft. Where you think he would go?
Probably still second round, just because I think he kind of undersized a little bit. But
you're like 6'1".
Yeah, I think because he undersized.
Dior better take his ass back to school and get some more NIL money.
I know y'all.
Hey, respectfully, Dior.
But
hey, go to one of the big conferences, Dior.
But you got to think, Ron. Dior wasn't supposed to go
last in the league.
He wasn't supposed to go to Tarleton State, though. You know, all that shit happened to him. So
I know what I'm saying. I'm saying he could. I'm saying he could transfer again and go to one of them bigger schools. Shit, go to Arizona next year, Dior. I'm not saying that's on the table, but I'm just throwing go to one of them blue bloods. And go get busy one more year. Go get your NIL money.
Averaging
like NBA ain't going nowhere.
He averaging like 23.
He was leading the nation in scoring. I think he's what's Cam Boozer right now, right?
Oh no,
him and Cam are 1 and 2.
So he's
bro. That's what I'm saying. Chill. He a 6'1" guard. He like 6'1", 6'2". He's not like a playmaker or anything like that. But the kid is a flat out bucket. He better than Rob Dillingham.
He a smaller. He a smaller.
Not in college, he wasn't.
What's the deal with this
For
small
sure he
shit?
better than
Jalen
Rob
Brunson
Dillingham in college.
is 6'1". What's the deal with
Yeah,
this small
chill,
shit?
But to be fair, Jalen Brunson was a second-round pick too.
Like,
Like, you know,
Yeah,
And he was the best point guard in the
That's what I'm
country.
saying.
Chill. They're
So
small.
clearly,
they're
NBA front
small,
offices
and then
care
there's
about that.
little. They're small, and then there's little.
Like Trae
Like,
Young is
there's
little.
there's a difference.
Those
like,
two things ain't
like
the same thing.
Jalen Brunson is not. These dudes aren't Jalen Brunson. There's a big difference in size. Like you could be short, but then there's a difference in
He
what
kind
your
of
body mass.
stocky. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
it's
no, he ain't
different.
he ain't Jalen Brunson's like size. They about the same height, but yeah, that
Yeah,
motherfucker
Jalen
be
Brunson
getting
way
buckets,
bigger.
bro. That motherfucker be getting buckets. And then
Yeah,
you
he
still
go
got the
crazy. I
kid
just don't know.
at Virginia Tech that nobody talking about. I think he's from Virginia Tech. Is it Virginia? The little kid from overseas. He had a crazy.
Oh, I
like,
know who you talking about. Yeah, they were comparing him to Luka
earlier on.
Yeah.
But they got so many guys.
Abdallah just said him.
Yeah. Penn just said his name. But bro, they got so many guys in this draft. Chill. I'm trying to tell you, like, it ain't even necessary for you to go steal somebody from overseas. Although that guy that I think I told Mars about that plays for the other team, he definitely gonna get drafted. Them motherfuckers like 7'1" and he's 16, 17. But at the end of the day, they got some guys in this college pool. Like, you're gonna be able to pull these guys and they're gonna be able to plug and play.
It
Like,
sounds
right
like
away.
It sounds to
That
me
was a-
like. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ox.
No, that was a good point that you had made a minute ago, though, Penn. I wanted to highlight that where the guys that the older guys that went back for that NIL money, those guys coming out. I think that's something, and that's something that we talk about a lot. Like, Chill, I know you highlight that when you draft an adult. You know what I'm saying? You draft the guy that's already 20, 21, already got that grown man strength and been playing basketball for a long time, can deal and actually play against 27, 28, 30-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you got those guys coming in, and those guys might be late first, early second round draft picks, I think a lot of those dudes are going to stick around. So I hear y'all with that 35, 40 guys that might actually be something. So
And to tell you the truth, Ox and Penn, about the NIL. That's why I know it's a lot of pushback on the NIL. But at the same time, like, you getting these kids who got money, you getting these kids who still hooping with money. That's the main thing. They gave the money to these kids, and they still like putting in the effort, putting in the work to get to the NBA. They might be a little bit older, but they ready now. You know what I mean? Like, instead of coming in 17, 18, these motherfuckers got to go play overseas and fly up out the NBA. Like, nah, these guys is ready. They've been getting money, so like, you don't have to worry about them getting more money and messing it up. I mean, but $2 million. And 12 million is a big difference, though. I will say that.
Difference.
That's a big difference, though.
Nick in the chat, Andre.
Andre Stojakovic. Yeah,
I was concerned. I was
another
concerned
guy.
about him. Yeah, I was concerned about him at Cal. When he was at Cal, I wasn't sure if it was going to really translate, if he was going to be ready for the league. But then at Illinois this year, I see him kind of stepping up a little bit. So I don't know.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the chat throw smoke and the hoes go ham. You ain't never seen hoop talk hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.